From economics, the only way we understand prosperity is more consumption. Consumption brings pollution. One of the big aspiration for them is to having a car, because they grew up all over thinking that the meaning of development is owning a car, unless you were conscious otherwise, right? But this is an aspiration which is a purely soft thing. How does it come? It comes through social conditioning. It's not coming from their hankering for some more comfort, right? I mean, they could have done in public transport. So you see a lot of people for the first 5-6 years they are traveling in public transport, then suddenly buying a car, and many of them even cannot afford the petroleum to run the car daily, but they still want to buy a car. Dream of a car, would read newspaper and say, right, that has been right, that we have the right to pollute.
So it's the American dream.
Yeah, it's the American, exactly. So cut down the big sources. I mean, encourage public transport. Let people use more cycles. Only poor people whose life probably has no value ride cycle in the streets of Delhi or Calcutta. So make a cycle lane. There is as if a national stand that we are a poor country. We have the right to pollute little more as the West have done. But there is no we. India is a heterogeneous country. So within India, let us discriminate. Let us kind of push the rich people towards more eco-friendly way. Spare the poor people living in the streets and using the wooden stoves to cook their meal. It's a paternalistic approach, but to have a more humanistic solution, we need discrimination. We absolutely need discrimination. Values can be influenced. I mean, how do you show this to the rest of the world that you are actually moving upwards in the ladder? Then you try to mimic the rich, right? But if you can, but it's all about norm. If you can spread the norm that being rich, we used to have the norm, now this is receding with globalization and everything, that showing off is a bad idea. If you can restrain yourself, if you can kind of shelve your ego, that makes you a much better person. You can, but you are not doing. You can afford, but you are not driving 2 cars. You are still going in the train. You have to create some kind of norm in the society that's a good thing. Using the role models and making one of the role models say sell their cars and making a statement by, okay, they travel in public transport or ride cycle. I think people are nice. I mean, you tell them the importance of sacrificing a little bit. People do make a lot of sacrifice in everyday life. So I kind of believe in people's goodness.